Oh, man. Man, oh, man. Oh, my God. Chat. What the fuck? I used the wrong thing. I gotta redo that. Chat. What the fuck? Sports Tool. Sports Tool. Sports Tool. My fault, bro. My fault. My fault. He said 8:45. Why hasn't it started? Well, we here. We here right now. Sports Tool. See, I got to give Sports Tool credit. This is the one dude that I can say that's on my ass about streaming, and I respect that. I need people like that. It gives me more motivation. So, Sports Tool, I got to show you some love. No bullshit. I hate the Pats. He said, I hate the Pats. Got to have no facts. Facts. Now, I'm already, y'all. I'm already. Shout out to Sports Tool. Shout out to Miles. No bullshit. We're about to get right into it. But you see, I got the hat. So you know what that means. Every time I got this hat on, you know the intro. So with that being said, bear with me. Bienvenidos a una nueva edición de What the Hell's Happening in Sports. Estamos de regreso, el único y verdadero, su amigo Nero. And we're back with another one, bitch. Yes, sir. I had to show off the Spanish for y'all. Y'all already know. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Like the video up. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. No bullshit. And that's if you're on YouTube. If you're on Twitch with it, say what's up on Twitch. Show some love. If you don't know me on Twitch, it's at WTHHS617. It's me on Twitch. But yeah, y'all already know. Let's get this. Yeah, for the one time. Cause I tell you, today has been interesting, y'all. Today has been very, very, very interesting. I'm not gonna cap. With that being said, first things first. If you haven't already, there we go. If you haven't already, show some love on my TikTok at WTHH Sports. That's me on TikTok. YouTube as well. I post the shorts. Let me move this down for y'all a little bit. Right there. That's us. YouTube at WTHH Sports. You feel me? Same stuff on TikTok. Same stuff here. Go run it up. You already know. Now, real quick, before we get into some football, because this is about to be just a football episode, but I have to show my people some love on the World Baseball Classic. For the World Baseball Classic today, Korea defeated Australia 7-2. The Dominican Republic defeated Israel 10-1. Them niggas is dogs. They're just hard. They're just hard to beat. No bullshit. Colombia beat Panama 4-3. Great Britain beat Brazil 8-1. Cuba and Puerto Rico are currently playing right now. It's 0-0 in the second inning. Venezuela and Nicaragua playing right now as well. And Mexico and USA, the national game on Fox. That's going on. I'm going to refresh it real quick just to see if anybody scored. Nobody has scored yet on these three games that are live. All right. So, y'all want to know about the Pats, right? Y'all want to know about the goddamn Pats. Well, let me tell y'all. The Pats did make some moves today. Now, the moves themselves, it wasn't, it's it's all right. It's before, I got it. Let me full screen this. I got to chill out real quick because I believe the connection's a little bit off. Hold on. If y'all can see me perfectly, let me know. Or if it's lagging, let me know also. Let me know if it's lagging before I continue. Guys, no bullshit. It's looking kind of rough. Sports Tool, if you're in here, say what's up to me, cuz. Say what's up. All right, if we're good, ain't nobody saying shit. Nigga, let me know if we good. Please. Let me know if we good, bro. All right, we're good. I'm just going to take account we're good. Now, the Pats, like I said, did a couple things today. The moves are all right. I'll let y'all be the judge. I'm gonna let y'all be the judge before we look around. Appreciate you. Thank you. Appreciate you, Miles. I'm gonna tell y'all what's up with the Pats. We're then gonna look around the NFL. But I can't call them ass. But they're not they might be a little bit ass. Sports Tool, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Because Sports Tool be on my ass for streaming, excuse me. Appreciate you. Okay, yeah, that's better. They might be a little bit trash. They might be trash. They might actually, you know what I'm saying? You know, and it's not like these guys, you know, are nobodies. But, you know, I would have thought the Pats would have, you know, I thought the Pats would have, you know, tried to do a little bit more on day one, like they did last year. All right, you see the title on NBCSportsBoston.com. NFL free agency recap. Patriots sign edge rusher and fullback on day one. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, anytime you see a fucking fullback, anytime you see a fullback, you just got to look at the screen and be like no bullshit. The move for a fullback could have waited until the end of the week. It could have. I'll let y'all be the judge, though. This article is being updated by Darren Hartwell, Justin Ledger, Phil Perry, and Tommy Curran. Those are the NBC Sports Boston crew for the most part. All right, so the Pats. First things first. So the moves that they made today. They signed Draymond Jones, formerly of the Tennessee Titans and Baltimore Ravens last season. He did sack, I almost said Mac Jones. He did sack Drake May, almost blanked on, bro. He did sack Drake May on the Sunday night game against him. So the Sunday night game against the Ravens, Draymond Jones did have a sack on Drake May. Played well last year. He had 7 sacks. He had a good amount of pressures. I think he had either around 30 or just over 30 pressures. But 3-year, $39.5 million. Okay. You kind of overpaid for bro. Now, I will say this. Let me full screen it real quick. The guy, Draymond Jones, right? Draymond Jones is a guy that he can line up on multiple spots on the defensive line. He can line up on the edge. He can line up as a defensive end. You can line him up inside. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he's a guy that's versatile that can play multiple positions on the defensive line. Fine. But with his track record, I really just don't know if $13 million a year was right. Because quite frankly, I wouldn't have been mad if K'Lavon Chaisson got that contract. Because if K'Lavon Chaisson was a bust for that contract, at least you got to a Super Bowl with him and he played well, hypothetically. Now with Draymond Jones, I don't know. The thing is with Draymond Jones also, Mike Vrabel did help recruit him at Ohio State. So there is some track record for Mike Vrabel and for Draymond Jones. There is. Do I think it's a little bit of an overpay? I do think so. I'm not going to lie. I think so. For what you got for K'Lavon Chaisson last year at a 1-year, $5 million to what you got now with Draymond Jones, I personally think that you could have you could have at most if you're going to give him some money, it could have been like a 3-year, $33 million contract. You could have did that route. If you want to give him $11 million a year, all right. But giving him $13 million a year, you could have saved some money right there. That's just me, though. That's just me. That's not on the player himself. That's just his track record. Because it's not like the guy can't play. He's solid. And I think Mike Vrabel can unlock something with him. But if this contract doesn't work out, hypothetically, then it's like, bro, why did you pay $13 million for this guy? So Sports Tool, he got a point. Yeah, Sports Tool got a point too. Oh, bullshit. Yeah, the Chiefs did make some good moves as well. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. They really did. The Chiefs are one of the winners, if not the winner of today. No bullshit. Going back. Sharing my screen again, going back. So Draymond Jones started off the day. Reggie Gilliam, former fullback of the Buffalo Bills, got a 3-year, $12 million deal. Now, I'm going to tell you this, right? Like I said with Draymond Jones, I don't think, actually, full screen real quick. Bingo. I don't think Reggie Gilliam at the price that they got him for is bad. I don't think so. Because Reggie Gilliam is a solid fullback. And with this offense right here, especially how the running game was last year, we didn't have a guy right in front of Ramondre Stevenson or Travion Henderson or freaking Terrell Jennings at times. We did, and even freaking Dearness Johnson. We didn't have a guy in front of them to really open up the rushing lanes as a true fullback. We had to rely on Jack Westover. In training camp, Brock Lampy was going to get some looks, but then he got hurt, right? So we didn't have a guy to really, we didn't have a guy that was really a mover at fullback. Is this a good signing? It is. But I think this could have waited until the end of the week. No bullshit. That's what I personally think. I personally think that this could have ended, you know what I'm saying? Like, this could have waited until the end of the week. So, yeah. You feel me? My fault. I'm looking at my text right now real quick. Okay, bet. All right, my fault. One of the bros just texted something me crazy, but shout out to Nana, shout out to my guy Julian. No bullshit. To get back to what we were talking about, though, yeah, I think you could have waited till the end of the week to get a fullback. Not and mind you, the guy that they got, I like him a lot because I mean he's done well in Buffalo, but it could have waited till the end of the week. It could have. No bullshit. But yeah, it's good. I think what the Pats need to do now, because mind you, it's only day one. You got to add more to this offense. You got to look at offensive line. You got to look at receiver. Well, I'll talk more about that as we go on to these other teams. Definitely got to look at defense too. Hopefully linebacker is also being looked at, because I tell you, man, some guys that are getting picked up right now, man, I wish they were Pats. I wish Mike Vrabel, did what he had to do like he's done last year. In terms of certain Patriots that are not here anymore, Vidarian Lowe has been signed by the San Francisco 49ers, 2-year, $12 million. Kyrus Tonga, like Sports Tool mentioned in the chat, excuse me, he is going to the Kansas City Chiefs, a 3-year, $21 million deal. Austin Hooper, is going back home to the Atlanta Falcons, 1 year, $3.25 million. He reunites with Kevin Stefanski. Jelani Tavai was released earlier today. So, yeah. So the Pats are, buying and selling. And Jack Westover, Tommy DeVito have been re-signed as well. Jesse Luketa, I said it, I believe yesterday. I think yesterday I mentioned it. He was yesterday or 2 days ago, whatever it was. He was signed back. He was signed by the Pats. Rotational piece. He's going to develop here. He was drafted by the Cardinals. So, yeah, let's see what Mike Vrabel can get out of him. Now, for everybody else today, all right, let me get rid of some of this shit. Get rid of this. Get rid of this right here. There's a whole bunch of shit. All right, we're going to go by team. Yeah, facts. Now they released Diggs. Yep, so now he's a free agent. Yeah, no, A.J. Brown should still be on the table. He should. But I tell you, that DJ Moore trade to the Bills kind of fucked everything up in terms of value. Not to say it fucked everything up like dramatically, but yeah, now if in order to get AJ Brown, somebody got to break the bank a little bit. We'll see though. If the Pats do it, the Pats do it. I hope they do. With the Cardinals, so the Cardinals started off day one by signing Gardner Minshew. My fault. Quarterback Gardner Minshew. Shout out to Gardner Minshew. Minshew mania. He's solid. Made a Pro Bowl. Running back Tyler Algier, former Atlanta Falcon. They re-signed Roy Lopez, the defensive lineman, and they have signed Pro Bowl guard Isaac Seumalo, from the Steelers. Now they also actually I'm not even going to say that because I'll wait till where he goes. They gave the Cardinals a D+. Yeah. I'm not even gonna mind you. I'm not gonna really read into a lot of this shit. So, in terms of certain teams, I'm gonna read what they were written. The teams that don't matter as much, I'm not. The Falcons. The Falcons did some interesting stuff. We already mentioned about Austin Hooper. Tua Tagovailoa was released by the Dolphins earlier today, and he was signed by the Atlanta Falcons. Now, this is one of the what the fuck moments. Okay. This is one of the what the fuck moments. Because it's like, bro, now it's really make or break for Tua Tagovailoa in his career. Exactly, Sports Tool. They have Penix already. You would think Michael Penix is their future, but with Matt Ryan coming out and saying that they're uncertain about the quarterback position and all options are on the table, shit, I mean, now the Falcons got 2 lefty quarterbacks. Shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, like, let's see what happens during training camp. Shit. I don't know. They also signed wide receiver Jahan Dotson from the Eagles. Like I mentioned, Austin Hooper's back. Kyle Pitts was tagged. They gave him a C-. I will read this part right here. Atlanta agreed to sign quarterback Tua Tagovailoa to a 1-year veteran minimum deal once he is released by the Dolphins. It's a surprising move that adds competition but may not be a long-term solution. Yeah, literally. That's probably not going to be a long-term solution. Facts. It doesn't matter. They both throw picks. No, yeah, there's going to be a good amount of picks thrown this year by the Falcons. No bullshit. No cap. The Ravens. We already know a little bit about what the Ravens did because blockbuster trade from a couple days ago. They did bring back a guard, John Simpson, from the Jets. Max Crosby is now with the team from the Raiders. They traded for him. They traded this year's first round pick and next year's first round pick to get him, and they also re-signed Snoop Huntley at quarterback. So yeah, they gave him a B- mainly because of the Max Crosby deal. I'm not really going to read into that. The Bills, they re-signed guard Alec Anderson, traded for DJ Moore from the Bears, re-signed Connor McGovern. They gave him a B. And I like the DJ Moore move. I do. I just hope he gets back to being, what DJ Moore really is. He kind of got lost in this offense by the Bears this year. It happens. It's not the end of the world, but he still has upside. He can still run. He can still get open. I would assume that the Bills aren't done with their wide receiver room. They got to add one more person. Truthfully, that's what I think. Sportstool said Max Crosby was a great move, but their whole offense went to the Giants. No, exactly. Yeah, literally. That's a fact, Sportstool. Yeah, no, the Ravens offense, they got to figure it out this year. They got to do a lot more. They're gonna have to sign some guys, but also draft some guys. Yeah, their offense right now in front of Lamar Jackson is in question. No bullshit. Offensive line, especially. The Panthers, they made one of the biggest moves of the day, if not the most surprising. They managed to pry away edge rusher Jalen Phillips from the Philadelphia Eagles for a 4-year, $120 million contract. This nigga got paid. And I got to put my full screen real quick. This nigga got paid so much money, and yet he has never had 10 sacks in an NFL season. I got to fix myself. My leg's been kind of... Oh, my fault, chat. You saw my foot. Yeah, no, my leg's been feeling... I've low-key... I don't know what happened, but I think I don't know. My leg's been kind of feeling iffy the last couple of days. I might have stepped wrong or did something. My fault. But yeah, like... How the hell are you going to give him all that money? How are you going to give him all that money and he hasn't had 10 sacks in a season? And he's had his injuries, bro. You feel me? Like the player himself, like he brings some like Jalen Phillips. I'm talking in shambles right now. Jalen Phillips, he brings upside. He does. But like he hasn't had 10 sacks in a season. So I don't know, giving him 4-year, $120 million contract. I think it's just a bust move right now. Real shit. I really do. I don't know. I don't know about all that. No bullshit. I don't know. But hey, if it works for them, it works for them. They re-signed Jalen Coker, the wide receiver, which is a great move by them. Former standout at Holy Cross right here in Worcester, Massachusetts. Well, not right here, but in Worcester, Massachusetts. Yeah, and then they also re-signed Caleb Evans. I think Jalen Coker, me personally, I like him a lot. I think he's going to do wonders in his third I think it's his third year in the league already. I think so. Third or fourth year. I think it's fourth, actually. Fourth year in the league. Yeah, like he should. He stepped up in the playoff game. I think he's going to do wonders. They gave Panthers a C. The Chicago Bears. A few teams won today. Definitely the Bears won today. They managed to get Devin Bush from the Cleveland Browns. Devin Bush had a bounce back year. He looked like rookie year Devin Bush this year. Neville Gallimore. They got him, defensive tackle. They managed to pry safety Kobe Bryant from the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks, and they got center Garrett Bradbury in a trade from my New England Patriots. So, overall, they gave him an A-, and I will say I got to show the Bears some love. Shout out to No Sleep Tyler if he does tune into this. I agree. I would say A- today, especially on, in terms of shoring up certain places. I got to show him some love. A-. A-. Real quick, I will read. Says the Bears have been active early to begin the 2026 offseason, targeting both offensive line help and defensive reinforcements. You know what I'm saying? Yep. They gave Kobe Bryant a 3-year, $40 million contract. Devin Bush got a contract that's I think it's like a 3-year, 30-something million, so he's getting over $10 million a year. So overall, yeah, no, they're doing their thing. Offensive line help, defensive reinforcements. Chicago. It also says Chicago moves show a clear focus on shoring up key areas across both lines and the secondary heading into 2026. That's a fact. Now there's all it is right now with the Bears. They're shoring up certain places, and that's all they really got to do. They got the talent. They got talent that they've already developed. Now it's time to just keep adding. All right, the Bengals. They managed to sign edge rusher Boy Mafe from the Seahawks, the Super Bowl champions. They got safety Brian Cook from the Kansas City Chiefs, and they re-signed guard Dalton Reisner. They gave him a B-. The Bengals have taken a measured approach to free agency. To boost their pass rush, they added Boy Moffett, like I said, on a 3-year deal, giving the defense a dynamic presence off the edge. Brian Cook is expected to join on a 3-year contract. Word. Excuse me. I also ate a little bit earlier, so that's why I'm fucking. Oh, that's why I'm having hiccups and shit like that. My fault. I'm going to say this for the Bengals. I think Boy Mafe brings upside, but I think he just has to fully pull it together. Oh, God. Damn. He got to put it together for a 17-game stretch, and he's finally a starter. So he's going to start, and he got to put it together. The upside is there. He just has to put it together. Now, Brian Cook got torched a lot in fucking KC. I'm not going to cap. I'm not going to fucking cap. I watched a good amount of Chiefs games the last few years. For talent-wise, he's talented, but he got to work on his coverage skills. No bullshit, because Brian Cook sometimes, he looked like a fifi-ass nigga. Shout out to fucking Amari Scott, because, yeah, that Brian Cook, oof. Yo, even just thinking about Brian Cook, bro. That nigga got that. He got to do better in Cincy. No bullshit, bro. Yeah. Shout out to Beastly Beaner, bro. The geyser is here. Appreciate you tuning in, bro. Yeah, bro. Oh, man. Brian Cook, man. Oof. Shit, him and Geno Stone in the back end is not bad. It's just Brian Cook got to do something. He got to start doing shit, bro. If he ain't doing shit, nigga, what's the fucking point? My fault if this shit's a little bit slow right now. Hopefully it's all right. Wi-Fi should be good though. But yeah. By the way, I know I didn't say it earlier. I'm up in the room for today because of the Wi-Fi was acting up yesterday on stream. So if you caught that yesterday, you caught it. Plus also we had a little, thing happening in the background that Beastly Beano was there for. But also Puerto Rico is playing right now. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm tuning into the game. Puerto Rico is currently beating Cuba 3-0, doing their thing. To check in real quick on the United States, they are beating Mexico 5-0 at the moment. They're doing their big one. They're doing what they got to do. But that USA team is a super team. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. For the Browns, for the lowly Cleveland Browns, bust down my AP perfect timing, niggas. They signed, they traded for Titus Howard from the Texans, and they signed him to like a 3-year, $60-something million contract. They also signed guard Zion Johnson from the Chargers, former Boston College Eagles standout, and they re-signed safety Ronnie Hickman. They gave him a B. I like the move so far. I think Zion Johnson, hopefully in this system now, is going to be the player he was. You know what I'm saying? Coming out of college, he did all right in LA with the Chargers, but I think you got to get more out of Zion Johnson. I think you do. At times, like, strength has been an issue. I think he just needs to believe in himself. But they gave the Browns a B so far. Obviously, yeah, 3-year, $63 million for Titus Howard. They gave Zion Johnson a 3-year, $49.5 million contract. So yeah, they're prioritizing a full rebuild on the offensive line. So yeah, you feel me? So all right, B. Hey, as much as they can do to fucking give what's his face? What's that nigga's name? Myles Garrett. I'm blanked on bro's name. If they can give Myles Garrett some help, shit. Give him the help, bro. Because if you don't give him the help, he's leaving. The Dallas Cowboys, they signed safety Jalen Thompson from the Arizona Cardinals. They re-signed Javonte Williams, re-signed George Pickens, and they traded for edge rusher Rashawn Gary from the Green Bay Packers. They gave the Dallas Cowboys an A-, and I'm not going to lie. They gave him an A- because of Pickens and Williams, but if I'm being honest, I'm giving him a B. I'm giving him like a B, maybe close to a B+, but like a B. You feel me? You feel me? It's like, I don't know. I don't know. And again, it's not with the people that they resign. It's just Jalen Thompson and Rashawn Gary don't move me. Now, if you can get, honestly, okay. Now, here's the thing. Me personally, I'm giving them a B. The only way I would give these guys a A minus by the end of this upcoming season is if Rashawn Gary starts to actually, you know, if Rashawn Gary takes a step from what he was in Green Bay, it's an A minus. Jalen Thompson solid. Rashawn Gary got to do something while he's over there. No bullshit. Rashawn Gary got to do something. My fault. I'm tuning into the game. But yeah, Javonte Williams and George Pickens. Shit. Especially George Pickens. He's playing on the tag. Hopefully they can re-sign him to a new deal. The Broncos have not done shit, yet. I haven't done shit yet. They re-signed Alex Singleton. They re-signed J.K. Dobbins. They re-signed Alec Polk-Zuski. They gave him a C. We don't give a fuck about the Broncos right now. Fuck them niggas. They did also release Dre Greenlaw earlier today. So, yeah, let's see what happens with Dre Greenlaw. The Lions, they mainly have started to fortify their offensive line. They signed Cade Mays. They signed tackle. My fault. They signed center Cade Mays. They signed tackle Larry Broom, and they traded for guard Juice Scruggs from the Texans. Gave them a B plus. They're fortifying their line. I think they'll be able to. I think these linemen will be able to do well. I like the Lions' offensive line coaching, so I think they'll be all right. I think they will be all right. Packers, they re-signed guard Sean Bryant, and they traded for linebacker Zaire Franklin from the Colts. They gave him a C+. Quiet start, but I will say I do like Zaire Franklin going to Green Bay, because what happened with these linebackers in Green Bay today? Shit. Well, one of their linebackers left, but him and Edrin Cooper should be a nice duo, though. But yeah, one of their linemen did leave. I mean, one of their linebackers did leave. No bullshit. Houston Texans, they traded for David Montgomery from the Lions. They signed safety Reed Blankenship. My fault. They re-signed safety Reed Blankenship. They re-signed Trent Brown, former Pats offensive tackle. Re-signed Danielle Hunter, and they re-signed Ed Ingram. So yeah, no, I would give them. They didn't have a grade for them, which is kind of funny. At most right now, I'd give them a B. I give them a B plus. Yeah, because fortifying the offensive line still. But also, I think Reed Blankenship's an underrated get. I think he's an underrated get. Him and Caden Bullock are gonna they're gonna hit. They're gonna hit along with Jalen Petre. So yeah. That's a yeah right there for that. I gotta use the shit real quick. Cash, hold on. Woo. Hold on, chat. I had to breathe real quick. I had to think about some shit. My fault. All right. The Colts re-signed Alec Pierce, 4-year, $114 million contract. They gave that nigga some money. No bullshit. That nigga, for Alec Pierce, I got to admit, that nigga broke the fucking bank. That nigga broke the bank, nigga. No bullshit. Pats gave him some money. They gave him some money, but yeah, they broke the fucking bank. Broke the bank. No bullshit. Broke the bank with that nigga. They signed edge rusher Arden Key. I like Arden Key. I do. I think Arden Key, the last couple of years, he's done all right. So, you know what I'm saying? And they traded They got Colby Wooden in the trade, in the Zaire Franklin trade, so he comes over from the Packers. They gave him a B+. You know what I'm saying? Alec Pierce, 4-year, $114 million, $84 guaranteed. That's their new number one wide receiver. Michael Pittman did go somewhere else. Yeah, and then Blake Grupe also re-signed for as their kicker. So yeah, Jaguars did not do anything notable. Monteric Brown, he re-signed. If you don't know Monteric Brown, he actually was the one that Saquon Barkley jumped over backwards. That's Monteric Brown. Christian Braswell re-signed with them, and DJ Dallas re-signed. They gave him a C-. I can agree with that. Now the Chiefs. The Chiefs got a B, but I give him low-key like close to like B. B's high, but I would say B+ more so. I'd say B+. Kenneth Walker, 3-year, $45 million. The Super Bowl MVP does not get locked up for the Seahawks and goes to KC. Oh my fucking goodness. Kenneth Tommy hit a nigga Tommy Hilfiger. Man, what a get for the Chiefs. What a get. Kenneth Walker's in the prime of his career. All the Chiefs have to do is shore up that offensive line. But this guy's dynamic out of the backfield. That's a great get. Kyrus Tonga, we already mentioned him. Former Pat. Great get by them. And Travis Kelce re-signed for one more year. So shit, eh? Not bad, not bad. Not bad. So yeah, this is probably the last dance for Travis Kelce, though. The LA Raiders. Now, this was the story of the day. Tom Brady. Tom Brady broke the fucking bank today. Tom Brady broke the fucking bank. Tom Brady broke the bank. Wide receiver Jalen Naylor from the Vikings is now going to step into a larger role. Center Tyler Linderbaum from the Ravens. The Ravens. Oh, man. That nigga's a dog. Kwity Paye. Up. He's a stud. He just got to put it together. He's a stud. That's their replacement for Max Crosby from the Colts. New Englander. And then linebackers Nakobe Dean and Quay Walker from the Eagles and the Packers. And then finally, cornerback Teron Johnson in a trade with the Bills. I give these niggas an A+. No bullshit. I would have to give these niggas an A+. Tom Brady, like I said, he broke the fucking bank. Tyler Linderbaum gets a massive 3-year, $81 million contract. So that means if he's at center, Jackson Powers Johnson's going to move the guard. You still got their left tackle, Colton Miller. So, yeah, now they're setting themselves up well. They're setting themselves up well. Fucking Kubiak, the head coach Kubiak, Clint Kubiak is he got some guys now. He got some guys to help rebuild this team or their team. Chargers, kind of a quiet day. They pulled the Pats and signed fullback Alec Ingold from the Dolphins. They signed former Ravens tight end Charlie Kolar, signed former Commanders center Tyler Biadasz, and they re-signed Khalil Mack, future Hall of Famer, to a 1-year, $18 million contract. So, yeah, C-. The Rams, they signed Jalen Watson from the Chiefs. They also did trade for Trent McDuffie from the Chiefs. They did that a couple days ago. Re-signed Tyler Higbee and re-signed Cam Curl. Give him an A. You know, they're doing their thing. And Jalen Watson played well enough for the Chiefs last year to get looked at. I think in LA he's going to do a lot better. You feel me? So Yeah, A for them. Dolphins, they got Malik Willis. They gave him a C plus. Malik Willis, 3 year, $67.5 million deal from the Packers. Jeff Hafley gets his quarterback, a guy that he knows very well. Yeah, so I ain't mad at it. Ain't mad at it. He's gonna be their starter. So yeah. Vikings ain't do shit. They signed James Pierre and they re-signed Eric Wilson to D minus. Pats, they gave him a D plus. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, yeah, the moves are high, but it doesn't move anybody. Not yet. The Saints got a C, but they added running back Travis Etienne from the Jaguars. It ends his 8-year streak of playing with Trevor Lawrence. So the Clemson duo is no longer with each other. They signed guard David Edwards from the Bills. They re-signed they re-signed defensive lineman John Ridgeway, and they re-signed safety Julian Blackman. They gave him a C. I do like the ETN move, though. I do like the ETN move. So, yeah, ETN goes back home to Louisiana. The Giants on day one, they signed Isaiah Likely from the Baltimore Ravens. I wish the Pats got this guy. I wish he would have came home, but that wasn't the case. They signed Tremaine Edmonds, linebacker formerly of the Chicago Bears, and they re-signed Gunnar Olszewski, former All-Pro from the Pats. Gave him a B minus. The Jets actually had a great day. I'm not going to cap. They've had a great day. They've had a great start to free agency. They signed signed edge rusher Kingsley and Enagbare from the Jets. They signed edge rusher Joseph Osai from the Bengals. They signed veteran Demario Davis from the Saints. They got Tavondre Sweat in the trade from the Titans. They traded Jermaine Johnson for him. They were able to trade for Minka Fitzpatrick earlier today. They signed him to a 3-year, $40 million contract from the Dolphins, and they tagged Breece Hall. So not bad, not bad. The Jets got to do something. I mean, last year it was tough. It was tough last year. They didn't even have an interception on defense, so hopefully Minka Fitzpatrick can change that. Demario Davis is interesting. He does return to the franchise he started with, so he's going to end his career as a Jet. The Eagles, all they did today was re-sign Jordan Davis, 3-year, $78 million contract. That is the highest contract ever for a nose tackle. So, yeah, they gave him a D plus on that because they didn't do nothing else. The Steelers, they gave him a C minus. They traded for Michael Pittman Jr. today from the Colts. So yeah, it was a sign. It was a trade, and they signed him to a new contract. They also got Jamel Dean from the I almost said Bengals, from the Buccaneers. They also re-signed Kenneth Gainwell. C minus right there. The 49ers, they managed to sign Mike Evans from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I got to say this was a shocker. This was a shocker. This was a shocker. And now, before I continue, I got to check my fantasy basketball real quick, my nigga. Got to check it real quick. All right. All right, yeah. Hopefully some niggas do something. Hopefully niggas do something. I need niggas to step the fuck up later. All right. Okie dokie. My fault, chat. My fault. Yeah, fantasy niggas got to do crazy. But yeah, this was a shocker. Mike Evans, bro. Mike Evans. That it's kind of crazy because I thought Mike Evans was going to be one of the ones to really stay on the Bucks to finish his career, but he gets a 3-year, $60 million contract to go to San Francisco, end his career there. That's his last contract he's going to get. You know, he wanted a new challenge. San Francisco is nice over there. It's hot. You got Christian McCaffrey. You got George Kittle. You do have Brock Purdy as a quarterback. Nick Bosa is there. Fred Warner. So he goes to a veteran team with some studs on there. Hey, I like it. I like it. It's going to help out Ricky Pearsall a lot. I think Ricky Pearsall is going to grow a lot from Mike Evans. Darian Lowe, we mentioned him already. Eddie Pinheiro re-signs with them. Had a nice year for the 49ers. The game B- though, but Mike Evans, that was a great get. He's not. I don't think Mike Evans is truly the same guy he was, 4 years ago. But Mike Evans is still Mike Evans when healthy. Josh Jobe re-signed with the Seahawks on the first, so it's a D for them so far. The Bucks, they got a C+ grade. They signed Kenneth Gainwell from the Steelers, linebacker Alex Anzalone from the Lions, and then finally they re-signed Cade Otton. They gave him a C+. Alex Anzalone, he does live in Tampa during the offseason, so now he gets to be at his home. Kenneth Gainwell, he had a nice year for the Steelers. Hopefully the Bucks use him correctly. Him and Bucky Irving should be a nice duo. The Titans were actually a big surprise today. I'm not going to lie. Titans were a big surprise today. They managed to get Wan'Dale Robinson from the Giants. They got Alontae Taylor from the Saints, Cordell Flott from the Giants, John Franklin Myers from the Broncos, and they did trade for Jermaine Johnson, mentioned earlier. I'm going to tell you right now, Brian Daboll is already having an influence on the Titans. And the crazy thing is, he's only a fucking offensive coordinator. The OC is actually, he's actually helping this team make moves. And that's great. Because Wan'Dale Robinson, after the year that he had this past year, I think a target like that for Cam Ward is going to benefit Cam Ward. And honestly, him and Shimre Dike, not bad. They should add more. They should add more to that wide receiver room, but yeah, that's not bad. Alontae Taylor is a solid pickup along with Cordell Flott, but Alontae Taylor, he's gonna give you a lot blitzing. So as a slot corner, he's gonna give you a lot. No bullshit. John Franklin Myers broke the bank. He broke the bank today. Nothing crazy, but he got like I think he got a 3-year, $60-something million contract, so he's getting over $20 million a year. Not bad. Hold on. Okay, bad. Woo. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Say what's up to me. If you haven't already, like the video up on, if you're on YouTube, like the video up, subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you're on Twitch, show love. If you haven't already, follow me, subscribe to, follow at What the Hell's Happening in Sports at WTHHS617. All right, the Commanders. They signed Odafe Oweh from the Chargers, signed cornerback Amik Robinson from the Lions, signed Tim Settle, re-signed Laramie Tunzel, and they re-signed Marcus Mariota. They gave him a B-. Odafe Oweh, he got a lot of money today. He got a whole lot of money today. And that's about it. But yeah, Odafe Oweh got a whole lot of money. Laramie Tunzel got a whole lot of money. I think he's the first $30 million contract as a tackle, I want to say. So hopefully the Commanders take another step this year. I know, what's his face? I know Jaden Daniels was hurt throughout this year, but yeah, it was a tough year for them. But it's not like it's not like I don't believe in Dan Quinn. I think Dan Quinn can get these guys back on track. The guys just have to stay healthy. No bullshit. And if they don't stay healthy, well, then fuck. You feel me? Injuries play a big part in the NFL. The Pats. Final thoughts. The Pats got to do something. They have to do something, bro. They have to. If they don't, and if you're just relying on the draft and some of these small free agents, well, the Pats ain't going to really do shit this year. No. That's just me being honest, bruh. That's just me being honest. It is just me being honest. No bullshit. No cap. It's just me being honest. Because, like, at the same time, bro, like, after the year the Pats had this year, they got it. The Pats got to make a splash. They have to. For Drake May's sake, they have to make a splash. They have to. So, yeah. We'll see what happens with them. We'll see what happens, but not. I tell you, man, the Raiders, I gotta give Tom Brady some love. I gotta give him some credit. That nigga broke the bank. He broke the bank today. I said the bank. He broke the bank. He broke the bank. He did. Going back to the World Baseball Classic before I am up out of here, because I'm about to be up out of here. We're not showing scores or nothing right now. All right. So, yep, Venezuela is up. Actually, we already talked about that. 4-0 on Nicaragua. I'm gonna do a quick look in at there we go. Yeah, my fault if my shit's a little bit slow. I'm about to get off here. Live looking right now at Puerto Rico and Cuba. Like I said already, 3-0, right? Cuba only has one hit, but for Puerto Rico, Willie Castro got a hit. Darrell Hernandez, the hero of Saturday night's game, got a hit. Emmanuel Rivera got a hit, and Martin Maldonado got a hit and 3 RBIs off a double. So he had a 3-run double. No bullshit. And then for the USA, 5-0, like I mentioned earlier. All right, hold on. There we go. All right, so for the Mexicans, Jarren Duran got the only hit of the game off Paul Skeens. Actually, I got to go back to Puerto Rico because I didn't even do the pitching. I'm so stupid. I'm so worried about scores and shit. Bobby Witt got a hit. Bryce Harper got a hit. Aaron Judge, 2 hits with 2 RBIs. Kyle Schwarber got a hit. Roman Anthony, a hit and 3 RBI. Roman Anthony had a 3-run home run in this game. Aaron Judge had a solo home run. Oh, yeah. And since we're on here, I'm going to show the video. Paul Skeens, 4. Yeah, actually, no. So that was off Paul Skeens. That hit from Jarren Duran was off Paul Skeens. 4 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Mike Clevinger is currently pitching for USA. I got to show love to Aaron Judge, even though he's a fucking Yank. Got to show him some love. Trying to play back. There we go. Not bad, Mr. Judge. Not bad at all. Now, I want to see if I can see Roman Anthony's. There you go. Gotta pause it. Replay it back. Nigga, I gotta play that back one more time. That nigga. Hold on. Let me pause it. This nigga Roman Anthony, I'm telling you, bro. I know in spring training, I wasn't worried about him to start off spring training because, he was kind of still getting his groove back playing in baseball. You know what I'm saying? This kid, man, I'm so glad he's a Boston Red Sox. This nigga is a dog. I'm telling you now, this, I'm going to say it right now. I'm going to say it right now. I got to full screen this. I have to full screen this. I have to. I'm sorry. I have to full screen this. Roman Anthony, bro, Roman Anthony. If you know, I don't know. I know only one person's watching, but if the one person watching, shit, let me full screen this. How the MLB is playing it right now, how they're kind of moving with Roman Anthony. Roman Anthony is going to be the face of the MLB sooner rather than later. He's going to be the MVP. He's going to be the MVP at some point, and he's going to be the face of the MLB. He's going to. He's going to. This kid's a young star. He's a stud. He is a stud. He is a fucking stud. I love this kid. I love him, bro. I didn't even share screen. I did not even share screen, but nobody's watching, so fuck it. Tara, we got to watch it again. We have to watch it again. What the fuck? We got to watch both shits again. Play it back. Aaron Judge's home run. Niggas, Aaron Judge, got to show him some love. That nigga's a dog too. We already know that. This is Roman Anthony's clobbering home run. This nigga right here. Telling you, that nigga's a dog. He's a dog, chat. He is a dog. Let me go back to Puerto Rico because I didn't finish Puerto Rico for their pitching. Venezuela did beat Nicaragua 4-0. That is a final. That is a final right there. Let's go to Puerto Rico. I will show that video in a second. Going back to Puerto Rico. Elmer Rodriguez, former Red Sox prospect. He was traded for. Carlos Narvaez, 3 innings, 1 hit, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Javi Moran, current Red Sox reliever, 1 inning with a walk. Now here is Martin Maldonado's bases clearing double. I'm telling you, happy trails to Martin Maldonado. He is retired, but he wanted to play one last go around for Puerto Rico in the World Baseball Classic. Hey, that's one of it. That's his moment right there. Hopefully, there's more from him and from the rest of Puerto Rico. Going to Venezuela real quick. Going to Venezuela. I'm going to them because I want to see what Wilyer Abreu did. Wilyer Abreu had 3 at-bats with an RBI. Ronald Acuna Jr., 3 hits and 2 RBIs. Jackson Churio, a hit and an RBI. Luis Ariz had a hit as well. So there you go. And then pitching-wise for Venezuela, I don't know them niggas. But yeah, y'all. That's about it. I got to go to the bathroom real bad. No bullshit. So we got to end it right now. Hour in. Appreciate everybody for tuning in today. This has been another edition of What the Hell is Happening. It's your boy, the one and only Nero. You already know the vibes. Who's back with another one. World Baseball Classic, NFL Free Agency Day 1 recap. You already know the vibes. I tell you, man. Also, hold on one second. Hold on 1 second. Not going to share the screen yet, but Bay State Media got a website. They forgot a website. I got to show them. Hold on, I got to find it. I'm gonna find it, yo. I'm gonna find it. Hold on. I gotta show them some love. They did their big one. Amari did his big one with his website. I gotta show him some love. I can't forget about bro. No bullshit. I gotta show him some love. Gotta show him some love. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Bay State Media. Bay State. Oh. I never even shared it. My fault. Hold on, chat. I'm in a doozy because I got to go to the bathroom real bad. All right. Bay State Media got their website. I got to show some love. Shout out to Amari Scott and them niggas. Them niggas, aka, but mainly Amari Scott for doing his big one. He got a website down. I do got a page. I do have a page. I do got a page. Hold on 1 second. I do have a page on here. They got updated news. What the hell's happening in sports? Haven't posted anything for what the hell's happening in sports yet on here. Definitely will. I'm gonna look into to kind of see what's up, kind of see what I got to do. You already know. But we got Spoke Beach Center. Shout out to Spoke. Know what I'm saying? And then for what the hell's happening in sports, if I press on my page, you already know what the hell's happening in sports. Yes, sir. And then last, we got my guy Tyler for the Bears. He does stuff on the Bears. Bears Wire. Yes, sir. We got baseball prospects reports. This is Spoke's other page as well. And then Canadians Corner. Shout out to my guy Ben. Got his page right here. You feel me? So, yeah, no. Bay State Media doing their big one, bro. Shout out to Amari Scott. Shout out to Spoke. Shout out to Tyler. Shout out to Ben. Shout out to the guys. No bullshit. Got to show them some love. So, I got to clap it up for the Bears. But yeah, now finally, with that being said, I already did the outro. There's been another edition, finally, of What the Hell's Happened in Sports. You already know it's your boy, the one and only Narrow. We was back with another one. Probably no live tomorrow. Should be back Wednesday. Celtics recap, some more free agency news, some more World Baseball Classic news as well. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in. One more round of applause for your boy. I love y'all. Y'all be easy. Y'all be safe. I'm going to catch y'all on the flip side. So, peace, my nigga. Oh, peace. There you go.